Trigger warning! Trigger warning! Titus, Andronicus is Shakespeare's most bloody and violent play. There have been some movies that have come out like Scream, Friday the 13th, Halloween, and for you theater goers, Sweeney Todd. Titus Andronicus is Shakespeare's version of the horror genre.
Well, why do some people love watching horror stories when there's so much horror in our real world, like the war in Ukraine, the devastation of Gaza, the brutality of Israel? Why do we need any more horror in our world?
Do horror stories make us more immune to accepting violence in our own lives? Is that a good healing thing or a bad thing that makes us accept unacceptable?
When leaders normalize violence, the people more readily accept it. Future dictators like Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, use violent language calling to their own people the enemy, or dehumanizing them, labeling them as vermin to be eliminated.
As a child, the adults around me used to use this kind of language, these violent language to us.
I'll whoop that ass, boy. You don't do what I say?
I'm going to kick that ass and knock you to next week.
This made the violent behavior seem normal to us.
We decided to show you this exceptional violent play as a way, as we said before, we got a chance to get in touch with our own violence and trauma in our lives, in hopes that you, our viewing audience, can perhaps deal with violence and trauma in your own life, and in so doing, help others to deal with the trauma in their lives.
This is our trigger warning about what you're about to see. Every single day I wake up in a prison cell is a trigger. Every single day brings on new trauma.
This play, ladies and gentlemen, takes place in ancient Rome. The Roman emperor has just died. His two sons, Saturninus and Bassianus, are trying to convince the Roman people to fight for them as their next emperor. Marcus Andronicus is putting forward his brother Titus in election as the next emperor. And so being, Titus Andronicus is returning back to Rome from war with the Goths. And this is where we begin our story.
Thank you. Noble patricians, patrons of my right, defend the justice of my cause with arms. Plead my successive title with your swords. I am the firstborn son of the late Caesar. Now let my father's honor live in me, nor wrong my right with this indignity.
Friends, followers, favorers of my right, I am Bassianus. My brother brings dishonor to you all. Choose justice, continence, and nobility. Let the man who most deserves lead you. Now, Romans, fight for freedom of your choice.
Know that the people of Rome have chosen my brother, Titus Andronicus, to be the next ruler of Rome. A nobler man, a braver warrior, lives not. After 10 years, he now comes home from weary wars with the barbarous Goths, bearing his valiant sons in coffins from the field. For now, at last, laden with horror's spoils, returns the good Andronicus to Rome.
Marcus Andronicus, you speak fair of Titus Andronicus' worthiness to lead. But for the love and favor of my country, I commit my person and myself to the cause.
Marcus Andronicus, so I do ally to thy uprightness and integrity. I do so love and honor thee and thine, thy noble brother Titus and his sons, and to her to whom my thoughts are humbled all. Gracious Lavinia, Titus' daughter in Rome's rich ornament.
Make way for the good Andronicus.
Hail Rome, victorious in your mourning of our dear, beloved, late emperor. I come, Andronicus, crowned with laurel boughs of victory, with tears of true joy for my return to Rome. Romans, of my 55 vaulted sons, behold the poor remains, alive and dead. Those that survived may Rome reward with love. All others will be buried with their ancestors.
Father, give us the proudest prisoner of the gods, so that we may hew his limbs and sacrifice his flesh for my brothers that were killed by them in war.
I give him you, the noblest who survived, the eldest son of this distressed queen.
Kill the god!
Stop! Rude brother, gracious conqueror, victorious Titus. Rude the tears I shed, a mother's tears of passion for her son. And if ever your sons were dear to you, oh, think of my son to be as dear to me. Sweet mercy is nobility's true badge. Rise, noble Titus, spare my firstborn son.
Let it be so.
My glorious father, live in joy.
Pray thank you. Oh, at your knees, tears of joy I found. Bless me thou with your victorious hand.
Oh, Lavinia, your virtue glads my heart.
Long live Lord Titus, my beloved brother, gracious triumpher in the eyes of Rome. Titus Andronicus, the people of Rome, whose friend in justice you have ever been, now name you in election for their emperor.
A better head her glorious body fits than his that shakes with age and feebleness. Rome, I have been a soldier for 40 years, and led our country's strength successfully, and buried 21 valiant sons. Give me a staff of honor for my age, but not a scepter to control the world.
Romans, do me right. Nobles, draw your swords and sheathe them not, till I, Saturnitis, be Rome's emperor. Andronicus, I would you were shipped to hell rather than rob me of the people's hearts.
Proud Saturnitis, interrupter of the good.
Citizens of Rome, content you, princes. I will restore the victims' hearts and wean them from themselves.
Andronicus, I honor you, and will do till I die. I will most thankful be.
People of Rome, I ask your voices and your votes. Will you bestow them friendly on Andronicus?
We will!
Then, if you will, elect by my advice, crown Saturnitis, and say, long live our emperor.
Long live our
Thank you, sweet Titus. And to advance your family's name and honor, Lavinia will I make my empress. Tell me, Titus, Andronicus, does this please you?
It does, my lord. And here, in the sight of Rome, to Saturninus, I present my sword and my prisoners.
Thank you, sweet Titus.
Now, man.
And if I do forget these gifts or this honor that you've bestowed upon me, Romans, forget your loyalty to me.
Now, madam. Now you are prisoners. Whenever.
Princely shall your usage be in every way.
If I yes, my lord, if I'm displeased with your words, not I, my lord, since these words of nobility warrant no princely courtesy.
Thank you, sweet Lavinia. Romans, let us go. Ransomless, here we set our prisoners free.
What? Saturnitis is freelance!
What? We have done.
All hail Saturnitis!
This maid is mine.
How, sir?
To me she is betrothed. Oh, treason. Treason.
It is true, Titus.
Traitors, treason, away. Call the guards.
Treason, by whom?
By him that justly may. Bear his betrothed from all the world away. I will soon bring her back.
Father, pass not here.
What, fellow boy? Loose it. My lord!
You are unjust! And more than that, in wrongful quote, you've just slain your son!
Not you, nor he is any son of mine. My sons would never so dishonor me. Traitor, restore Lavinia to the emperor.
No, Titus, the emperor needs her not. Nor you, nor her, nor any of your stock. I'll never trust you or any of your traitorous haughty sons.
Oh, monstrous. What reproachful words these are. These words are razors to my wounded heart.
Behold, I choose you, Tamara, to be my bride. Queen of them all, speak. You applaud my choice.
I do, you.
Then let us consummate our spousal rights.
See what you have done. In a bad quarrel slain a virtuous son. How comes it that the son queen of the Goths is of a sudden thus advanced in Rome?
I know not, Marcus, but I know it is.
So, Bassianus, I see you have won your prize. God give you joy of your gallant bride.
I take my leave.
Well, you are short with us, but as long as I live, I will be as sharp with you.
As you, Saturnitis, have been sharp with me. Though I have love and honor.
We do. We vow to have loyalty to His Highness.
Andronicus, this day all quarrels die. Prince Bassianus and lords, I have passed my word and promise to the Emperor that you will be more mild and compliant. You shall ask pardon of His Majesty.
Marcus, for thy sake and your brothers, and at my lovely Tamara's entreaties, I will forgive these young men their heinous crimes. Lavinia, well, you are my guest. We are all friends. Today shall be a love day. Stand up. Be it so, Tamara.
I thank you, Lord, and her.
I must advise the Emperor for his good. Sweet Emperor,
So Titus, who had 25 sons, has only 4 still living. Many killed in battle with the Goths, and in revenge for their death, he kills the Goth queen Tamara's son.
This is bad of me, and it might be a deterrent for the Goths. Maybe they won't kill so many Romans in the future. After all, the Goths are Rome's enemies.
But 2 wrongs don't make a right. And isn't there a difference between soldiers who die in battle and killing someone in cold blood?
And just as because the Goths are the enemy of Rome doesn't make them any less human. As Cameron says, her sons are as dear to her as any Roman sons is to him. I have 7 sons and 3 of them have died or been murdered. Even though I'm black and poor, my sons are dear to me as your sons are to you.
Then Titus killed his own son to keep Bassianus from marrying Lavinia.
Titus had 21 other sons die, and he's seen countless men die in battle. Maybe he doesn't feel the pain of death, or maybe he can't allow himself to feel the pain of losing another son.
If Titus was more than in touch with his feelings, maybe he would have acted different.
Hey, Titus is a war hero. He knows the glory of battle. That doesn't bother him.
War is not about glory. No one wins in war. War is about the smell of blood, sweat, and fear. There's nothing glorious about the violence of war or the PTSD that follows.
There have been times in my life when I've been through so much violence that I couldn't let myself really feel the pain. So I got high, got drunk, found another girlfriend, anything to dull the pain. Eventually, I was able to deal with the trauma by learning other coping skills, such as 12-step program, listening to music, taking up another hobby. But mainly, I got myself a steady spiritual program. Healing from PTSD is a process.
A long process.
I have a lot of people close to me die, and it always feels like it was for nothing.
My mother died by carbon monoxide poisoning. I felt shocked, loved, abandoned, and I asked myself why. Was it all for nothing?
I've learned I can never trust anyone.
And I've learned that if I keep suspicion and hate in my heart, I can never live in peace.
It was the first thing my father taught me, never buy what you might take. Murder, intimidation, a reputation make. Violence is something a real man commands. Of this you should make no mistake. It's in the blood. It's in the blood. A young man sees. It's in the blood. Years of war only shown me, never bend what you might break. Honor, veneration of these spoils I do partake. Brute force, when properly applied, can bring your enemies to quake. It's in the blood. It's in the blood. The will that you need. It's in the blood. But can it be now I see more clearly as my life runs through my head? My dear child, that I might leave thee some advice for your soul's sake. Patience, toleration, from the moment you first wake, in a world wherein eye for an eye prevails, how can my death bring balance to the scales? It's in the blood. It's in the blood. My God, it's in the blood.
Back in Rome, we meet Aaron the Moor, Tamara's secret lover.
Now climbs my Tamra to the mountain top. Safe out of fortune's shot, she sits aloft, secure from thunder cracks and lightning flash, as when the sun salutes the morn. And having gilded the ocean with his beam, gallops the glittering coach to overlook the highest peering hills. So, Tamra. Now, Aaron, arm your heart and fit your thoughts to mount aloft with this newly made empress, whom you have long held in amorous chains bound to Aaron's charming eyes. I will be bright and shine in pearl and gold to wait upon this newly made queen. To wait? No. To wanton with this mistress, this Semiramis, this goddess who does charms Rome's Saturnine. We see him and his country wrecked. But wait, who goes there?
Courage. Your years lack wit. Your wit lacks age. You have no manners. Lavinia wants me, the elder son.
Demetrius, you overweight and all. The difference of a year or two in age does not make me less crazy. Or you more fortunate. I am as fit and as able as you, and my sword upon you will prove and show my passion for Lavinia's love.
These lovers will not keep peace.
Aye, boy. Though our brothers so advised, gave you a dizzy rapier by your side. Are you so brave and desperate brave to threaten your friends? I will have your sword glued within your sheath till you know better how to handle it.
Meanwhile, with the little skill I do have, full well will you soon know how much I dare.
Aye, boy. Are you so grown, so brave?
Now, lords, so near the emperor's palace, dare you draw and maintain a quarrel so openly? For shame! Put away your swords!
Not I, till I have to sheath my rapier down in his heart and plunge these speeches down his throat.
I am prepared, you foul-spoken coward, that thunders with your tongue and dare not use his weapon.
Stop! I say! Put it. Now, by the gods that warlike Goths adore, I tell you, this foolish quarrel will undo us all. How dangerous would Bassianus be, swift in his revenge. Young lords, for should the empress hear of this music, the sound would not please.
I cannot have seen you in all the world. I love Lavinia more than all the world.
Youngling, learn to make some lesser choice. Lavinia wants the elder brother's hope.
I tell you, you only plot your death with this foolish quarrel.
Aaron, 1,000 deaths would I endure to achieve her whom I love.
To achieve her? How?
Why? Why do you make it sound so strange? She is a woman, therefore must be wooed. She is a woman, therefore must be won.
He's right.
She is Lavinia, therefore must be loved.
But must you have her to wife?
would you had hit it too? Lord, I tell you, it's foolish to fight over something as this when it could be that both should succeed.
Not me.
Nor I, alone as I am one.
Well, listen to me then. Come. A solemn hunting is at hand. There will the lovely ladies of Rome be. The forest paths are wide and spacious, and many unfrequented spots there is, fitting for grape and villainy. There find you this dainty doe, and strike her home by force, if not by words. Stand you this way or that, stand you hope and all. There, speak and strike, and revel in Lavina's treasure.
Ah, this smells of no cowardice.
I will find a forest stream to cool this heat.
So, Tamara's sons both want Lavinia, and they don't care how they get her.
Well, women in this world are treated like property. Titus gave his daughter Lavinia to Saturnitis without asking her, even when she was already in love with Basanitis. If some men treat women like property, why shouldn't others?
I used to disrespect women, but then came a problem. I would never want any man to do the things that I did to other women to my daughter. So my feelings about how I treat and act towards women has really changed.
Let's see what happens next in Shakespeare's story.
It's up, the morning's bright and gray. The fields are fragrant and the woods are green. We're looking forward to a lovely day. This will be the best that you have seen. Hooray!
The horse into our sport.
Come, Kyrie. We hunt now. Nor hound nor horse to pluck this dainty goat to the ground.
If you had any sense, you would think I had none to hide this here bag of gold under this tree. But know you this, that this here bag is part of a stratagem, a most excellent piece of villainy. So sweet gold, I crave you.
Ah, my lovely Aaron, why do you look so sad? Here in the sweet shade, Aaron, let us sit each wreathed in each other's arms.
Madam, though Venus governs your desires, Saturn is dominator over mine. Vengeance and death are in my hands. Revenge and death and blood are hammering in my head. Today is a day of doom for Bassianus. Today, his songbird must lose her tongue, and your two sons wash their hands in Bassianus' blood. Question me no more, for I fear we are expired.
Ah, my sweet Moor, sweeter to me than life.
Bassianus approaches. I'll fetch your 2 sons.
Who have we here? Rome's royal empress. Why have you wandered here to an obscure plot, accompanied but with a barbarous Moor? If foul desire had not conducted you, my brother the king shall have note of this.
How now, our sovereign? Dear gracious mother, why do you look so pale and so sad?
Huh. Have I not reason to look pale, think you? These two enticed me here to this place, and then they showed me this abhorred pit. They told me here in the dead time of the night, 1,000 fiends, hissing snakes, and toads would make such fearful and confused cries, as any Mojibati hearing it should straight fall mad or else die suddenly. And had you not by wondrous fortune come, this vengeance on me had they executed. Revenge it as you love your mother's life, or do not be called your mother's son.
For this I shall be
This police is pulling my
Barbarous Taylor, give me your knife, my boy. Is your mother's hand will right your mother's wrongs?
Active freeze.
Does this murder of Bassianus right the wrong done to Tamara? Does it make up for the murder of Tamara's son, Alabarbus?
There's revenge.
Does revenge ever right a wrong? An eye for an eye leads the whole world.
I took on the role of the victim for many years. Then when I was 19, I passive-aggressively took out my curse on other people in my own distorted thinking back then. Then I did things that led me to prison. Now I understand better why I did the things I did and how to value myself more and not to go through the world feeling like a victim.
I've taken revenge on people who have hurt me. People have asked, what made you do that? Sometimes the stuff I've done is because I need you to know how I feel. Oh, because I need to be heard.
We hear you, Brother Paul. Now back to our story.
Stop, mother, for there is more to do with her.
Drag hence her husband to the secret hole where everyone bid us to hide him while we satisfy the hunger of our lust.
Huh. Use her as you will, but when you have all the honey you desire, let not this wasp outlive us both to sting. Tell my hero woman, show another woman pity. Huh. We're not going to do this. We're not going to show you the scene where Lavinia begs for mercy and is denied. Much less where these 2 herdmen drag her off to the fields and rape her. She begs for mercy to be killed rather than raped. Or have the body of Bassianus thrown into a pit. You can get up. In fact, you can all. Thank you. Here are the statistics taken from the National Sexual Violence Resource Center. 20% of women in the U.S. will experience sexual violence in their lifetimes. Almost 25% of men do experience sexual violence. That's more men than women. Rape is a way of asserting power over another person, leaving the survivor powerless. Survivors of rape experience feelings of shame, guilt, as well as violation, hopelessness, and deep pain. Sadly, many people who report rape, they are not believed, or are made to suffer for it. Those in our Shakespeare family who have experienced rape say, you don't ever get past it, but you can get through it. But to get through it, it's very difficult to get your power back, but you can gain new power. Survivors of rape can gain a new sense of self-reliance, self-resilience, and self-esteem. It takes time.
Trauma sometimes can be a catalyst for tremendous transformation. Some people never get their power back. Some people suppress the pain. You can get through it. You can get through it. It's not about getting past the pain so much as getting through the pain. You can get through it. Thank you.
Come, my lords, come. Straight will I lead you to that loathsome pit where I spy the panther fast asleep.
My sight is dull.
And mine. Could I leave out sporting and sleep a while?
My potion worked. Now I'll go fetch the king to find him here.
I'm surprised with an unwelcome fear, and a chilly sweat runs down my trembling limbs on my heart. My heart suspects more than my eyes can see.
I see the fearful sight of blood and death. Lord Bassianus lies dead here, all on a heap like a slaughtered lamb.
I have no strength to climb out of this hole.
Nor I the strength to know what next to do.
I'll see what hole is this. Hey, tell me, who are you?
The unhappy son of old Andronicus, brought hither at this most unlucky hour to find your brother, Bassianus, dead.
My brother, dead?
Where's my lord the king?
Here, Tamara, though grieved with killing griefs.
Where's your brother Bassianus?
Poor Bassianus lies here murdered.
Huh. And all's too late. I bring this fatal note.
And if we miss meeting him, the huntsman Bassianus we mean, do you dig the grave for him? Look for your reward under the elder tree, near the mouth of the same pit where we decreed to bury Bassianus. Oh, Tamara, did you ever see the like?
I've not.
Look, this the pit, and that the elder tree.
Huh. So distressing.
Why, my lord, here is that bag of gold.
Two of your wealth, fierce curse the bloody kind, have here bereft my brother of his life. Go, pull them from the pit and into the prison. There let them stay until we have come up with some never before heard of torturing pain for them.
High Emperor, upon this feeble knee I beg, if their faults be proved...
If it be proved, it is apparent. Some bring the murder, some the murdered bodies. Let them not speak a word, their guilt is plain.
Andronicus, I will talk to the king. Fear not for your sons, they'll be well enough.
Murder. Rape. Treachery. Deceit. Betrayal. Do we want stories like this because we want to confront our fears? Do we want to relate with another person who has suffered like we have? Is this a way that we can process our trauma?
Maybe there's a part of us that watches stories like this so we can imagine what we do if these things happen to us. Maybe watching horror stories is a way of preparing to confront future horrors in our lives.
I have experienced a lot of trauma in my life. And for a long time, I tried not to think about it. But that wasn't possible. It wasn't until I faced the trauma head on and let myself feel all of the pain and shame and loss that I was able to start healing a little bit. So, yeah, maybe this story will help us process our trauma. Maybe, or maybe not.
Folks, here's the next stage direction. Enters Demetrius and Chiron, living ravished. her tongue cut out, her hands cut off. So to indicate all that, we got this, and we got that. You're not going to hear much more from me, because my tongue's cut out. What I would just like to say, as an actor, it's my job to imagine how my character must feel, and portray that to you, the audience. In case there's any doubt about it, my character feels like shit. Shit. Her beloved killed in front of her eyes, tongue cut out, hands chopped off. How will she, or my character, ever process this trauma? Well, let's just see what happens next.
Go tell. 'Twas that cut your tongue and ravished you.
Write down your meaning so, if your stumps will let you, go home. Call for sweet water. Wash your hands.
She has no tongue to speak, no hands to wash.
If this were my case, I would go hang myself.
If you had hands to tie the rope.
I know what it's like to hear the noise that the world offers without my consent, a piercing noise that doesn't care about my opinion. My thoughts are very much so alive, so why do I feel so dead on the inside? Is it because happiness and love only comes in fleeting moments? Misery and shame fills my humble abode? I know what it's like to hear the noise that drowns out the sound of my thoughts attempting to materialize into something meaningful. The noise that suffocates the articulation of my individuality. The noise that shuts me out from the world and locks me behind metal bars that I can only escape when I'm dreaming. The noise that prevents vibration from traveling past the point of my lips so that when I scream, gravity pulls the sound back in, so I swallow it and the noise has a bitter taste. I know what it's like to hear the noise, but I forgot what it's like to hear the sound of my voice.
Who is this? My niece? Lavinia, where is your husband? Oh, do I dream? I wish all my wealth could wake me. If I'm awake, planets strike me down that I may sleep eternally. Speak, gentle niece, whose stirring ungentle hands have lopped and hewed, made your body bare of her two branches. Why do you not speak to me? Oh, alas, crimson river of warm blood, like to a bubbling fountain, does rise and fall between your rosy lips. But sure, some gargoyle has deflowered you, and lest you should detect him, has cut out your tongue. And now you turn your face away for shame. Shall I speak for you? Shall I say it's so? Oh, that I knew your heart, that I knew the beast. Sorrow concealed like an oven stopped, does burn the heart to cinders. Come, let us go and make your father blind. Such a sight will blind a father's eye. Do not draw back. for we will mourn with you. Oh, but all our mourning could ease thy misery.
Sorrow concealed like a numbing stuff does burn the heart to cinders. What does that mean?
If you hide your sorrow and don't talk about it, it's like an oven that gets stopped up, so everything inside just burns up and becomes ash. So inside, you become dead.
It's Shakespeare's way of saying you have got to confront your pain, or it will burn up your heart.
Brothers, my brothers, unhand, unhand, villains, away, villains! Brothers, oh, hear me, citizens of Rome, for pity of my age, whose youth was spent in dangerous wars, while you securely slept. For all my tears and all my blood and Rome's great quarrel shed, for all the frosty nights that you watched, for these bitter tears that now you see filling the aged wrinkles of my cheeks. Be pitiful on my condemned sons, whose souls are not corrupted as its talent. For 22 sons I did not weep, because they died in honor, fighting for Rome. For these sons of mine, in the dust I write my heart's deep languor, with my soul's sad tears. May these tears sate the earth's dry appetite. O earth, I will befriend you more than rain, than youthful April shall with all its showers. In summer's drought, I'll drop upon you still, and in winter months my warm tears will melt the snow and keep spring eternal in your face. If you will not drink my dear son's blood.
Oh, noble father, you lament in vain. No man is here, and you recount your sorrows to a stone.
It does not matter, man. If they were here, they would not listen. And if they did, they would not pity me. Yet plead I must. Therefore, I tell my sorrows to the stones. But why are you here with your weapon drawn?
To rescue my 2 brothers from their death, for which attempt the judge has already pronounced my everlasting doom of banishment.
Oh, happy man! They have befriended you. Rome is but a wilderness of tigers. Tigers must prey, and Rome allows no prey, but me and mine. How happy are you then that from these devourers to be banished? But who comes with my brother Marcus here?
Good TItus, prepare your aged eyes to weep, your noble heart to break, for this was your daughter.
So she was. Oh, this object kills me. Speak, Lavinia. What accursed hand has done this? Give me a sword. I will chop off my hands too, for they have fought for Rome. All in vain.
Speak. Simple sister. Who has martyred you like this?
Love, that delightful engine of her thoughts, which like a sweet melodious bird did sing, enchanting every ear, is torn from her.
Wisdom is deep.
Thus, I found her in the park.
Oh, this has hurt me more than had they killed me dead. For now I stand as one upon a rock, encircled by a wilderness of sea. This way to death my wretched sons have gone, and here stands my other son, banished man. Here my brother, weeping at my woes. But that which sets my soul most to spurn is dear Lavinia, dearer than my soul. You have no hands to wipe away your tears, no tongue to tell me who has martyred you. Your husband, he is dead, and for his death your brothers are condemned and dead by this. Look, Marcus. Oh, son Lucius, look on her. I did name her brothers. Fresh tears did stood on her cheeks. Like dew on a lily.
Perhaps she weeps because they killed her husband. Perhaps she weeps because she knows them innocent.
If they did kill your husband, then you must be joyful, for the law has taken revenge on you. No, they would not do so foul a deed. What shall we do? Shall we cut away our hands like yours? Or should we bite our tongues? Dark silence past the remainder of hateful days.
There comes a time in her day to say that she can't afford to get away. Venture time and space for fun. Feel like I've lost my only son. Give us a sign and then treat them until the pages turn, she gets away. Our heart is filled with this regret. These memories I can't so forget. As I look up to the sky, it's falling flat on my face. Humble walls with painted bars, never hide this great disgrace. Serenity will now begin to into the souls of those who wait. Humble triumphs will now he call. The whole of the human race.
Sweet Father, cease your tears.
Dear Titus, dry your eyes.
By the way, does it really help someone who is in intense pain? Tell them to stop expressing their grief? Why do we do that? Is it to help them? Or is it to make ourselves less uncomfortable?
Titus, Andronicus, my lord the emperor sends you this word, that if you love your son, let Lucius, Marcus, or yourself, O Titus, chop off your hand and send it to the emperor. In return, he shall set your 2 sons free, and that will be a ransom for their fall.
Oh, gracious Emperor. Oh, gentle Titus. Gentle. With all my heart, I will give the Emperor my hand. Good Aaron, don't chop it off. Stop, Father, stop! For that noble hand of yours that has brought down so many of your enemies shall not be sent. My hand shall serve the turn. My youth can better spare my blood than yours. Therefore, it'll be my hand that'll go and save my brothers' lives.
Which of your hands has not defended Rome, veered aloft the bloody battle axe? My hand has been but idle. Let it serve to ransom my 2 nephews from their death.
Nay, 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 just choose.